Alright guys, welcome back to the channel, welcome back to another video and the final video from my SBR and ESBR runs from my stream the other day. As always, if you do want to follow me on Twitch, link in the description down below. Play a bunch of different games including Dokkan, so if that interests you, I say go drop me a follow on Twitch. If not, then that's cool. And if you could drop a like on the video and subscribe if you're new as well, that would be great. We've got a few new faces again. Just keep it going, man, just keep it going. You keep doing your thing, I'll keep doing my thing. This is the final one, Earthlings SBR. Immediately, even if you have Krillin, even if you don't have LR Krillin, make sure you're bringing a friend because it is one of the best leads, and not one of the best leads for Earthlings category specifically in the game. But this is the team I beat it with. I beat it with the Tien, LR Roshi, the free-to-play Krillin you can rainbow out, or max out and easy A for free, the free-to-play Krillin and Vegeta, the Tien and Roshi, and the Hercule. The main kind of game plan with this SBR run is survive and then hope RNG's on your side. And the reason for that is your main thing in surviving is stunning, some guarding, but mainly evading and stunning are your two things. It's essentially just survive and then just chip the enemy down. To be fair, the SBR stages and the SBR stages are scaled, so it's not like you do no damage and it's going to take you ages, but you know, there's not that many like big damage dealers on an Earthlings category team apart from like LR Roshi. So your main thing is survive, and hopefully RNG is backing you and is in your corner so you can get the evades, the stuns, the guards, the damage reductions, so you make it through while, you know, using your items here and there. So as I said, if you have LR Krillin, immediately you already have an advantage over me because I couldn't be bothered to do the grind. Have him as a lead, two of them on the team, pretty good. Not only is he very useful anyway, but he also has a medium chance of stunning on his 12 key, which isn't also an AoE, which most of the time you want to be getting off. So that is kind of one of the big reasons why he's there. Then, if you don't have him, you can run this TM because he is an Earthlings category lead, giving 120 across the board. Not only that, the main reason why he's here is because the attack and defense isn't too bad, you know, it's 150. The main thing is he does stun. He has a high chance of stunning, which is the main reason why he's here. To be fair, his damage output isn't too bad, but you know, mine's only at 55%, so it's not the greatest. But yeah, high chance of stunning, that's the important part about him. Roshi is probably the most clutch unit, MVP unit on the entire team. Not only is he probably the strongest, actually not even probably, he is the strongest damage dealer on the entire team. He's the one doing the big damage. But then not only that, of course, he can seal. We can stun on 12, which is handy. And he can seal on his 18 key, which obviously is going to be very handy for avoiding them big damage super attacks and completely, you know, on the 12 key, skipping the attacks completely. Defense plus 120 at the start of turn isn't the best, but it's not bad here. Also has a medium chance of evading, and if things are really not going that well and, you know, you're getting kind of clattered for damage, you're getting absolutely clattered, he has the revival mechanic. You can work some of your runs and conserve some of your items through working around his revival mechanic. So he is like the MVP unit for this team. Then we have the Hercule, who he's only here for one thing. I mean, he's here just to be defensive, if you will. Not only on super does he have a medium chance of stunning, which, as I said, a lot of the units on the team that you're going to be bringing are mainly here to stun, which is why you kind of need a bit of luck on your side for this one. But he has a high chance of evading. And then not only that, I mean, I've gone full dodge on him anyway, so like, he was evading a lot, but that's why he was here. And then not only that, if he doesn't evade, he does have 50% damage reduction, but bearing in mind, he doesn't have any attack and defense on his passive. But he does have 50% damage reduction, and the less HP remaining, he can go up to 90% damage reduction. So that's mainly why he's here, to evade and tank damage. And then not to mention, you know, the stunning is very helpful as well. We have this Krillin as well. Raised attack and defense on super, which is quite handy, and lowers defense, which won't do too much. But the main thing, high chance of guarding as the first attacker in the turn, so he could be one of the units you run on your second rotation, or one of the rotations. And then he has a medium chance of guarding as the second or third attacker in the turn. So even if you don't run him on one of the rotations, he will still have a chance to guard. And then if he does, he has a 50% damage reduction as well, which means Krillin is taking no damage. And then we have, apologies for that, then we have the Krillin and Vegeta, who I only brought because I didn't have the LR Krillin. So if you don't have the LR Krillin just like me, you can bring them. If you do have LR Krillin and you have the remainder of the other units, then you're probably not going to bring these. But the main thing is obviously keeping him as Krillin, because when he's Krillin, he's slightly better defensively, especially when he's fully built up. But they were just mainly here as kind of like a placeholder, and not to mention has a high chance of evading enemies' attacks. That's the only reason why they're there. They still do the job. Then we have the Tien and Roshi, who you're going to be running or should be running on rotation with the LR Roshi, because at all times, of course, they're going to be supporting him with that Reps Universe 7 support. Not only are they going to be getting that, but then Roshi's going to have a bit more defense, you know, if he doesn't evade, and he's going to be doing a little bit of extra damage, and they link okay as well. And then once these two are fully built up, defensively they're not bad, and some of the damage output's pretty good as well, you know. Hitting over a mil crit for them is not too bad, especially when they're hitting additionals, because they are, of course, completely maxed out for 3. You know, so maybe to build them up, you kind of want to be using an item here and there to make sure, you know, they're fully built up in a phase and ready to go. So you might want to work your items like Whis and Icaruses around them, you know, maybe Yemas if you brought any. And then yeah, that's the team I brought. In terms of the Earthlings category, you don't really have any wiggle room whatsoever. I said an option that I don't have, but a lot of you probably do, because I couldn't be asked to do the grind, is the LR Krillin, who's very handy, as I said, with the stun on the AoE 12 key, you know, things like that. I think the only other useful unit could be this guy. High chance of stunning on super, which is very handy on this. Attack and defense plus 180, which is actually really good at the start of turn. Also has a medium chance of evading enemies' attack, and then it gets an additional attack and defense plus 120 when you have an Android 18. Okay, you're not going to have an Android 18 attacking in the same turn. If the enemy is stunned, its attacks become effective against all types. So yeah, he's definitely a very good option. Attack and defense plus 180 at the start of the turn. It's like one of the strongest units on the entire team if you was to take him apart from Roshi. High chance of stunning, medium chance of evading. If the enemy is stunned, attacks are effective against all types. But the main importantness is the stunning and the evading. So yeah, he could be a decent option as well. But if you do take him, you kind of want to be careful, especially if you do have LR Krillin, because then you have like a bunch of Krillins on the team. So you want to be careful about, you know, your rotations, you know, who's floating, who's on main rotation, because, you know, obviously they won't link. But yeah, as I said, you don't really have much wiggle room. And the main game plan for this is survive and stun. And I don't mean survive because it's super difficult. It's just you don't really have huge damage dealers on this team. So your main thing is just survive. Hopefully RNG's in your corner, so you're getting the evades and the stuns coming off. And then, you know, chip them down, and then eventually you'll get it done. It's not too difficult, but, you know, you will need some RNG here and there. So hopefully this was useful to you. As I said before, if it was, drop a like on the video, subscribe if you're new, and I'll see you in the next video, guys. And push!